we have a special session now by Professor Milind Atre. I've worked with him at Science IIT Bombay, rather have seen him working diligently on with a lot of startups. And that's where I thought that when we were thinking about doing a session on mentoring and networking, how important it is. I've seen a lot of great startups right from the idea level to moving on to now big scale up enterprises. And I visited with Professor Milind Atre to Nagpur as well at VNIT because he's an alumnus of VNIT. He was the professor in charge of Science IIT Bombay 2012-2018 for 6 years. Rather, the term is for 3 years, but that got extended for another 3 years. So I said when it comes to mentoring and then few of his experiences, we would love to listen to Professor Atre now about how mentoring should be really looked at, how we should engage or have more robust system at our incubation center, and how startups should look at mentors and how mentors should look at mentees. So we have very specific set of pointers that were being given, and we are going to stick to that. So next half an hour, Professor Atre, we would love to listen to you. Over to you, sir.
Right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Uday, for having me here. And thanks everybody who are here. And I can see some big names around. I joined around 10 minutes back. Before that, I was logged in, but I couldn't see the presentations of the first lot. But I could see more of them are more social sector oriented, which is what possibly could be the strength of the incubator also, which is what is required in today's time. So thank you very much for having me. And my expertise, I should say, is limited to mostly IIT Bombay, which possibly enjoys better entrepreneurial ecosystem because of the system that we have in place. Today, since last 1.5 years, I'm the Dean of Research and Development at IIT Bombay. And I would like to make entrepreneurial ventures more and more simpler, professors taking entrepreneurial roles, students taking entrepreneurial roles. Even the postdocs who are joining right now, we got around 250 postdocs. People who have done MS, PhD abroad are coming back, and they would like to take entrepreneurship as a possibly next profession or with teaching also. My observation here, the mentors and the mentee relationship, I have seen very closely in Sign, where we had around 150 startups which have come up, and the 10% of the startup die within first 3 months, literally, but the remaining continue and they become big. But we believe that mentors play a very important role. So I'll touch base in short about what I've seen based on my experience. Myself, I should add, I'm here, and therefore entrepreneur from the first hand actually can tell the role the mentor has played, which can be constructive, which can be destructive also. So depending on the kind of startup, and most of the take startups which Uday had shared with me. I will, in short, go about what I've done and what I've seen around. So about me, I'll say I'm more an innovator. I've got more patents, working very clean industry, transfer of technology, licensing, and develop various entrepreneurial models from IIT Bombay is what I do in my current role as Dean R&D at IIT Bombay. Now, the thing I would like to talk about is why do entrepreneurs need mentors? Now, this is a very tricky question in the sense a lot of startups, a lot of entrepreneurs believe that they are great and they love the product. They love their product very much. There is so much love with their product that possibly they believe that product itself, and they don't require anything else but the product itself. And they believe that I know my business, I know my market, I know my client. But most of them know only product, and most of them know even how to present that product to the community or the users is also unknown to them. So they believe that talking to client is good, but there's no need to meet them also. So physical meeting, talking to them, see their expressions are very, very important in entrepreneurial system. The way we are talking right now may not serve very well for entrepreneurs. You can actually exchange information, but you can actually touch base the emotion that the client or the user would look at when you got a product with you and when he uses your products. It's very important that the entrepreneur sees the emotion that the users have when they see the product itself. They literally ignore what the user thinks of the product. in this way. And on the Facebook, as you say, they got a 4,000 likes, has no meaning unless I got 10 likes to sit with right with me and buy my product. Everybody knows that selling a product is so difficult than talking about the product. Or everybody says, yes, I need this product, and as soon as this product comes in the market, yes, I want it. But when it really comes to make a business, when it really comes to sort of giving money, you know how people back out. And that time they say, oh, we'll see next year now. And that I have seen several times. Similarly, most of the people believe, the entrepreneurs believe, that MVP is the final destination. MVP is just a proof of concept. It's how the product could possibly be working like, but it's not it's not the product. So having done MVP, they want to take a pause, which actually is the beginning. And therefore the mentors here play a very important role. In all this behavioral pattern of entrepreneurs, I mean, entrepreneur actually should be possessed, and he should be basically. That's why he feels that he'll make a hell of a difference in the world ahead. But the mentors are the one who will put the entrepreneurs on the task, on the road. Many times the entrepreneur do believe that cost is not a product, cost is not a problem. The product should look fantastic, it should work, but the costing is such an important thing in the Indian context. And they believe that they're not even aware of business models. These are very important thing. I think somebody talked about the business model, and I saw some of the products that were shown before in the pitch. I thought sometime the subscription model would work very well than having B2B or B2C kind of a connection. But in what way the subscription or the platform will be maintained? How will be the charging thing? These are all very, very difficult things. And competition wise, this makes a whole of a difference in the making of a startup. So important for entrepreneurs is how do I get a start? How do I get a mentor? And the mentor is the one who actually will guide him through the development, through the process. And this is where an incubator like yourself makes a difference. So incubator accelerators are the places where the mentors are available. It's very difficult for an entrepreneur otherwise to find a mentor by himself or herself. And an experienced person, a founder, a failed entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur. And I could see various people here who have got a whole lot of experience of 25, 30 years would be perfect to become entrepreneur, would be perfect to become mentor for these entrepreneurs. And this is the place, and you've done a fantastic job of, having all these people giving their time. Very important is their time, sitting with the entrepreneur and listening to them. I would now talk about a very important term, and I believe that most of the times this term gets exchanged. And I feel, is a mentor a coach, or is coach a mentor? And this is something I always found, that a lot of people, mistake their job as a mentor and become a coach. So coach, you can see what Ian Chappell did to Indian cricket team, for example. He was a coach. He was meant to be a coach for, let's say, 2 or 3 tours. But you can see at the same time what Gopi Chand did for the other badminton players. So the coach can be a destroyer. A coach can actually do anything basically, but the coach has got a very short-term sort of responsibility. It's a very formal arrangement. You appoint coach, you conduct interviews, all right, and then you select a coach. A very focused, very object-oriented kind of approach a coach has. But the mentors are different. Mentors are not going to be, just for 2 weeks or 1 week or something like that. Mentors are going to be for years. And therefore, it's a long-term and very informal arrangement. And nowadays, formal arrangements are happening. I'm not very happy about it. But yes, it has to be an informal arrangement. What mentors have to offer is basically their knowledge, their experience, their expertise. They see to that the entrepreneurs think in the right direction. It's a personality change, actually. So many times the entrepreneurs look at mentor as a role model. So many times the role model actually is different. It should not be confused with mentor. But fine, if an entrepreneur finds a role model in a mentor, is fine. But the mentor is the one who should actually give confidence. He should also always encourage the entrepreneur. Maybe set developmental goals many times. Develop new contact. Networking is the important thing in a startup, and networking is the one which actually mentor can offer, because being in this field for more than 25 years, 20 years, 15 years, he knows the right people to touch base, identify resources. A professional advisor, I should say, basically a mentor plays. And if I just want to give for example, in Indian context, we understand that cricket language very much. So Tendulkar called Gavaskar his mentor. However, there was never a formal arrangement between Sunil Gavaskar and Sachin Tendulkar. But the important hints that he gave many times, especially when Sachin passed through the time for his health problems, etc. Gavaskar was the one possibly who came forward and told what to do, which ball to face in what way, and things like that. And that was just an arrangement. There's no formal arrangement. It was just a, an advice that he could give at a correct time. Or I'll say that, in the context today, that Rahul Dravid, the way that he's playing the role for youngsters, and in fact, I say youngsters don't require coaches. The youngster require mentors. A very important statement I'll say, but the entrepreneurs who are in 20s and 25 or 30, they don't require coaches. They require mentors, and that is what a difference between these. And I'll say again, difference is coaching is kind of a career. I can take coaching as a career and move from place to place, but mentor is not a career. Mentor is kind of a experience sharing, helping, nurturing. So I will say the mentor, possibly management language goes, the mentors manages, encourages, nurtures, teaches, offers, and responds, for example. That is what the mentors, each alphabet possibly would talk about. If I went further, what is that role that mentor, of a mentor in a startup? So mentor, first of all, should talk about, for example, in my class, I'm a teacher basically, and I'm proud to be a teacher. But before teaching, I have spent 15 years in industry, and therefore I know what can go wrong. The solution that I come across in the laboratory can never work in industry, for example. So laboratory solutions are different than the industry solution, and therefore I should be able to understand what mistakes I am making. A mentor should actually be able to tell the entrepreneur what mistakes I'm doing, and this is what I would like to tell my students. And many times the students feel that the product can go straight away from the laboratory to the industry. Not at all, basically. So what would you do if you were me, for example? The entrepreneur should ask the mentor, what would you do if you were me? Please guide me in this case now. So for your mentality and for your background, for my mentality and for my background as an entrepreneur, what will my mentor tell me? It's very important that mentors can make decisions in those cases. And I got a case. I will not name the mentor, or I'll not mentor the even talk of the company, but I knew that one of the startups at IIT Bombay and Sign was about to close a deal with an angel investor, and suddenly the mentor came to know, and while he's in network, it found that the particular angel person who was investing was not so much ethical in other cases. In other, whenever he has invested, there were problems, and this otherwise he would not have known, and we had to really actually intervene and stop the funding. Now the entrepreneur actually felt very, very bad. We're getting something like 2 or 3 crores, but suddenly we actually intervened and we didn't allow that deal to go forward. But yes, eventually we proved right, and we actually could understand what went wrong, why did it go wrong, and so on and so forth. So this was a mentoring advice that because of his network, he could immediately come to know that this deal should not go. We have much more problems later on. Similarly, I believe we got so much problem related to IP, and this IP sharing, coming together of two startups, overlap of their work, and all those things are actually a problem over a period of time. Especially being in tech startup, the IP plays a very, very important role in our case. In fact, the IP and the closing deals with respect to the investment also plays a damn important role in this case. So mentor in this case, especially in tech startup, play a very, very important role, especially in the market segment, investment segment, client segment, and his network. And his network is phenomenal, actually. I mean, I could see that directors of SICOM and other places, I could see their network, and that will be so much of great input to the startup, which even if they work for 5 or 10 years, it can actually, it can take them nowhere, because in many segments, such network, because the opening, the door opening happens only because of the network in this case. Of course, the sustenance is only because of their product, but the first dooring opening only can happen because of the mentor. So mentor in this case play a very important role as far as startups are concerned. Now, why should I mentor somebody? Now, this is the question I've seen lately. I got a lot of students, especially our students, who have made a lot of money. And at the age of 30 or 35, for example, he has worked with BCG or Bain or something, and suddenly they have got something like 40, 50 lakhs rupees to be invested nowadays. Now, the fact that they are 35, they had no experience, but they have worked only in consulting firm, but they have made a lot of money, and now they are bored with the work. And these are the people who believe that they can be mentors, but they have no experience of guiding anybody, getting into entrepreneurial venture, but they got money. Now, money cannot be cannot be imbibe. You cannot become a mentor just because you got financial power. So they're actually, sometimes get confused between whether they want to be investor or whether they want to be mentor or want to be both. Now, both is a very problematic combination, and I've seen several being affected by investor come mentor. So I believe that mentor and investors actually should be separate, and if they want to come together, they need a very, very, very important maturity. So why should I mentor somebody? What do I get out of those mentorship? So these are the things that a lot of people do ask. Why should I give my time? Especially I've got so much of network, but in return, it's not a formal arrangement. I'm not going to get salary. I'm not going to possibly get equity also. I mean that can happen, but that can happen only over a period of time, but not in a startup where they have no money right now. So what are the advantages of mentoring? So in fact, the advantages are as long as the mentors and mentee both get benefited, that's the advantage. And please understand that mentors need not be investors. And according to me, mentors should not be investors. I have seen the damage that the investors had, the mentors have taken, or the mentors had, the investors have actually taken up, and both have actually been done worse things. Maybe in some cases uh, there could be possibility that yes, they do play a very important role. But I believe that mentor and mentee, that relationship is not a day-to-day affair. It's not a day-to-day affair at all. You can't be on phone talking to every time or every 1 hour. What should I do now? It's a once in a 2 months, once in 1 month, for example, once in 2 months, once in a quarter, that a mentor actually can tail, but not a day-to-day affair at all, basically. And mentors, they look at as I said, the monetary advantage should not be expected. It's basically, and I'm mentoring some 10 companies. I'm not expecting monetary advantage basically. I'm seeing the mentee success should be my first priority, because I have meaning. For example, I've got enough experience right now, and talking to mentor is something very soothing and very, very important for me right now because of my personality, because of my network, because of my experience. I would like to transfer this knowledge to the next generation. That is what the approach should be. There are gains, there are intangible gains, but you can't expect salaries or equity in companies like this. And a lot of people, they do. And I've seen several examples right now that's happening. And in return, what will I get? And a lot of people have come to me and say, I want to become mentor to some of the signing companies. And what do they want to do? Basically, write in their visiting card that they are mentor to sign companies IIT Bombay, because that will possibly fetch them some other important assignments in other sectors. So mentor should actually be able to tell the mentees what features of the products are needed. They should tell what will sell. They should connect him to the right person. They should actually advise at a correct time, correct opportunity. When should they get invested? How much investment they need right now? Many times the investments, how much you want, and should I get invested right now? Can I manage this 5 or 10 lakhs, and my valuation will absolutely be different just 6 months down the line. If my product is actually at a POC level, can I take this product actually to the user community? Can I give it to the users? And then naturally this is a very important thing, that opportunities, valuation exercise, tax benefit, IP details are all the things that actually can be understood from vendors. I will not talk about valuation and all that thing, because that's a completely different gamut. But a mentor should be understood, should be understanding in what way investment should happen and what kind of valuation of a startup should happen at that point in time. This is completely the entrepreneurs. Most of the time, I've seen that completely ignorant on how much investment they want. Why do you want the investment, and how can the valuation be deferred, or how can my investment be deferred, and can I pull it if I just need 5 or 6 lakhs? Can I manage it without getting invested? But this is an exercise which everybody should understand. Every entrepreneur should understand, and that's where the mentors play a very important role. Many times mentors do make mistakes, and especially the youngsters I've seen making at a level of 40, 45 age, who become mentor. They make a lot of mistakes. They underestimate mentees. So what is the difference between your young generation or some 10 years back? Everything was different, and today everything is different 10 years later. one cannot underestimate mentees because they have given up everything. Not like you, they have given up everything and they have taken a plunge into an entrepreneurial venture. So don't forget that they are all qualified people, but they have actually taken up this path just to prove themselves. So they have got a lot to lose than you, basically. And therefore, never underestimate entities, and actually you should have a lot of listening ability to what they want to say. Secondly, I've seen that, and this is true with many mentors I've seen, they start micromanaging stuff. So literally they say, okay, by tomorrow or by next week, you should have done one, two, three, four, five. No, this is not to be told. I want you to from go to this to next step in a 1 month time. I could see possibly that as a correct idea to be given to the entrepreneurial venture or a company. Then come tomorrow and tell me, have you done this? A simple like, and I've seen a simple wall to be changed in a particular product. And he started, don't take this wall, take that company's wall because I have used that thing and that will not leak. No, let it leak. Let the entrepreneurs understand that if I go for A, B, or C company, the walls will leak. Let him understand by himself or herself. And they do know that thing. They have understood, they have worked because what they want to pay minimum amount to get a maximum benefit. So you need not tell that which company's wall to be bought. Like these are the things definitely an entrepreneurial company can understand. For example, what color to be given, what kind of product design it should be. Let it be kept with the entrepreneurial company. So micromanaging stuff is something which I always have sounded off to the mentor that please stay away from that thing. Now, mentors want everything to be implemented 100%. So if I tell them you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they want all these 5 to be done completely. So no, you are going to tell them, you're going to advise them. It is completely left to the mentees to decide what they want to absorb. You can't force them. You're advising, that's fine, but you are not forcing them to do that thing. And again, this kind of suddenly that mentors start owning the venture, which should not happen. And I have seen again this thing that whatever good happens, it is because of me now, and whatever failed, it because of you, because of the mentee. So you start to own only the success of, but not the failures. Sometimes your decision also can go wrong. But please, in that case, be with the company, be with the venture, be with the entrepreneurs to tell them that look, there is something which has gone wrong. Let's try to understand and analyze and how to correct that thing. But yes, I've seen suddenly, I had told you this is a common norm. I had told this earlier, but you didn't possibly, pay attention to this thing. And this, I had told you this. This is something I hate mentors saying that. The young kids, they're going to make mistakes, but there's no point in blaming them for the mistakes. Of course, they did the mistakes, but you're a party to that thing, and you can't say that all the success is yours and not to give credit to the entrepreneurs. You actually have to give success. Everything is theirs, kind of a thing. And if you take yourself blame that what went wrong in your decision making, these are the people who will say, no, sir, that was not wrong. You said this, but we did this way, and that's why it became wrong. Entrepreneurs are absolutely, the very smart guys. They know what are you saying and what is correct from them. If you tell 5 things to them, they will do only 2 of them because they know that 3 will not work. They know that thing. And I've seen this many times happening. And I'll come to some decisions, some examples later on. It is up to the founders to take advantage of mentors. So it's a founder and a co-founder. It is up to them to decide, how to take advantage of mentors. Mentors are there, but it is complete responsibility of an entrepreneurial team or the founders to utilize the mentors. Mentors, they should see that the mentors are getting engaged all the time. They should see that the mentors are thinking about them all the time, same time. And it's up to them to how to take advantage of them. The mentors should not actually pose themselves high on the entrepreneurial team founders. They should not force themselves upon the entrepreneurial team, but the entrepreneur themselves actually should see what suits them that they can take advantage. I believe a true great mentor is very hard to find. A very difficult thing to find a good mentor. Very difficult to part with. Also, it's very difficult to get rid of a good mentor then. And as far as the entrepreneurs, I've seen that it is impossible for them to forget a good mentor later on. So it's I see this as a true great mentor is hard to find, difficult to part with, and impossible to forget literally. And I've seen people who have gone very, very big have never forgotten their mentors. In fact, many of them, their success story revolves around their mentors, and that is what they claim later on, that because of the guidance that I got from some place or someone, that has helped them. I'm not that great sort of advise the mentors, but with the experience that I have seen, my my advice to the mentors is that whatever product the venture has come out with, at least 10 of them, or at the earliest, they should go to users. The users should start using this product at the earliest and let it fail. Early failure is the best thing that happen. Fail, if you want to fail as early as possible, because you can correct it later on. But therefore, the product or the services should reach the masses, should reach the user community and a friendly community, I think, for the feedback. It's very important that the feedback you get as early as possible. So if you want to make one product, or if you got a one service, for example, make it, 100 people use it immediately. And 100 people, you should ask them that I'm not going to charge you right now, but please give me feedback at the earliest. Similarly, if I got a product, make 10 units of them and give it to the field. Put it in the field and get a fast feedback. You should not charge them profit and all that. You charge a minimum amount so that hardware cost is taken care of. And there are a lot of people who are actually waiting for this product. So this feedback from the early users actually make a whole of a difference in your bringing up of this product itself. I'll always say that advice to mentor is please know your worth. Don't think that you are too great. Many times some mentors carry absolutely no notion that if I go away, this venture will fail. No, nothing is going to happen to them. They'll find other person. I mean, nobody's such an important person, but yes, your presence and your connect with them will make a huge difference. They will get a setback of 6 more months, however, if you sort of go away at this point of time. But therefore, please know your worth. And this is young generation, this is young generation. They are going to sort of, even if they throw from the 10th floor, they'll actually fall like a cat, basically. They will try to fall on their legs all the time. But yes, don't have also some different images about yourself. You are going to be a gentle person, helping them, advising them, but not micromanaging, not forcing, and all those things. The charging of mentor is always a very, what should I say, a difficult thing. How do I sell my time? So what I did at Sign, we actually made some panels, 3 or 4 panels. For example, we had 26 companies in healthcare. We had AI ML now coming, and around, let's say, 15-20 companies. So actually, we made some 3 or 4% come together and make a panel of mentors. And we had a meeting every quarterly of presentation of these companies, of these entrepreneurs in front of these panel members who were actually specialized in, let's say, healthcare. Because in healthcare, we have got a lot of problems. Healthcare requires clinical trials, this approval, that approval, ethical trials, working with hospital, working with doctors. And that requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of certifications. And therefore, we had a very important healthcare unit, healthcare panel, then simply the IoT panel, then, now this fintech world, that panel. Then we had a panel related to AI ML now, all those things. So if you could make panel, and you may have 1 or 2 initially, basically, but the company who are actually, specialized in this area should present to this panel every quarterly, and that make a huge difference. Because all these people actually were happy to see the youngsters, and they're actually delighted to see what these people were doing. It was a give and take kind of a thing. They were actually all big shots in the profession that they were in. But what in return they were getting is what is happening on the ground level today, what is today's generation is doing. And accordingly, actually, they were actually see in what way their existing profession or existing work culture can be changed with the help of this novelty that are coming, with the help of that, new ideas, new IPs that are coming in this field. So I will say that, your charges then, we were then giving the sitting fees for these mentors. And that was the base model that we thought, connecting mentors to the startups. Now it is up to startup later on to give equity, if not, or whatever. But if you are successful, this I believe that this startup will never let you go. They actually believe that this success is because of you. And this startup, if they really become big, big means beyond a critical limit, they will never let you go. And as I said, it's very difficult for them to part with you then in that case. So actually, you become a very integral part. And I'll give an example of one of our professors, Professor Amarnath, who was the head of Sign before me. Before I took over, he's retired now. He's in Bangalore. But a team of a robotics team, actually, we never knew because of as a professor, a sign in charge, none of us actually can keep equity in a company, which we are, basically it's our job. But these people, without telling him, they had kept 5% equity for him, which he understood after retirement. These people have become very big now, but it was just that they knew that this because of this professor that I could actually achieve what we have done. And they knew that during his teaching time at IIT Bombay, he can't be given equity or can't be even paid. But when he retired, it was actually it's a sweet surprise for him that these students had offered him 5% equity. And they cared right from the beginning when they started, but they never told the professor in that way, and this was never expected also. So uh, I'll say mentor, therefore, don't be, there are people reading you, there are people watching you, and you can be mentor to 10 companies, and the word of mouth is sufficient for, for them, for you to get translated from one incubator to another and from one startup to another startup. If you really give your time judiciously and give them advices in the way that it is must for this entrepreneurial venture, your name will be translated, your name will be actually be going over from place to place as a mentor in this particular area. And that is what I believe that each of you have actually have that potential to be a mentor in a specific area, and your name will within no time, if your mentees become successful, within no time your name actually will get transferred to other startups. I will say be realistic. We know our worth. How much time can you give? All these are very important things, and don't create great expectations about yourself. Right in the beginning, there are a lot of people. Oh, don't worry, I'll take you. I'll show you. I will, produce a notebook for you. Don't give false hopes. It's not in one person's hand to, go big like this. You have to take your time. You have to understand. You have to see what are the problems in the particular team, and there are team problems also. I believe there are egos everywhere, and I've seen several egos. The moment there's the money, there are egos in the company also, and I'm sure must have witnessed what goes wrong with the team moment they start sharing success. So these are the things that mentors should see from a distance, but possibly not go into, not get into the micromanaging of team, etc. My own interaction, as far as I could say, in Sign, there are several companies, and with me, almost 100 companies were associated, and I actually know each of the founders, especially people working. But I can give you some example. For example, today Atomberg is a big company. If you know these fans, Gorilla fans, and all that, they're almost now 300 crore company. 300 people work with them in New Bombay. They were engaged in Sign from 2013 to 16 or 17. The important thing I've seen, I have actually, I remember a small episode that once they got some money and they drank beer in our business incubator, and they were so foolish nature that I should say that they kept bottles there in our dustbins. They couldn't dispose them off. And next day I got a complaint from them, and I had to find them because being academic institute, we can't allow alcohols, at least in the workplace area. We be in a hostel, I don't know about that thing. But the moment the complaint came to me, I had to actually take some action, because I know that if I don't act upon this complaint, others will actually feel that the professor is not taking action, and we actually fined them 50,000 rupees. And when I meet this Atomberg guy today, and he actually reminds me every time sir, you did that, and that set up such a discipline in our company. Till today, I follow the same sector here, that nothing to be done. No alcohol in our campus, no alcohol in company. Now got a huge company setting up in New Bombay. But yes, I had to take that decision. I knew that I will be absolutely unpopular. But when the complaint has come to me, and if I don't take action against that thing, I have to take action. The same company, I have bought a product from them, and they knew that I am actually know their product, but they changed their product four times. They had to pivot their product four times before they actually came up with a fan, and their fans are now literally in every hostel. They are sold on Amazon right now. So they actually, if you put in 80 watts, earlier fans had a power input of 80 watts. Now it is only 30 watts. So these are huge power reduction because of the kind of motor, BLDC motor that they have designed. And BLDC motors, otherwise, other than China, nobody else makes to such cost. Now, this is the only company in India right now which makes BLDC motors, which is a very, very cost effective. And instead of 80 watts, now we spend only 30 watts. And all the hostels in IIT, we have got 18 hostels have got these fans, and they are sold now on Amazon. Now, let me tell you, this is the fourth pivoting that they had done right from the first system that they had of data acquisition system, which I had bought from them. Data acquisition system I had bought. Several from IIT Kanpur also I had bought because they could sell these systems in only in IIT. But this is a decision that mentors actually pushed into that, you have to pivot this product. This is not going to work. Data acquisition systems are several competitions are there. Right now you are selling only because of your network, only because of the relation, but third person will never buy this product from you. Then they went to a different product. I remember the second product, the pizza, for example, all this home delivery, Swiggy and all that thing. They will try to monitor who is where, what is the temperature of the food item that was going into it. So they will see to it that there is only 5 degree of temperature drop from the point of pickup to the point of delivery. And they will ensure that every time only delta T of 5 is maintained all through. That was their product, which was again based on the data acquisition system that they have had. But now the fan is and the BLDC motor, they completely got into a different segment. And today's Idea Forge also, which is unmanned aerial vehicle. Again, they had started with a robo, but ended up in completely different domain. So pivoting and what time to be pivoting, mentor plays a very important role. And every company, according to me, goes through one or two pivots. The product that they start with, the idea they start with, and the idea they ends up in later, completely possibly different than, and maybe, a substitute of the knowledge flow always happens as the workflow, but the product will be different than what they started with. Second company I can give example of is Lucidius, which is a very big cybersecurity company right now in Delhi. Again, Saket Modi is a person who is just 26 or 27. Many of you possibly may have heard his name. And now this is the only company in India right now which gives a score to tell you how secure your company is in terms of cybersecurity. Now this guy, we had a VC conference in Ahmedabad somewhere in again 2012 or 13. And from IIT Bombay, director told me to attend this VC conference at University of Ahmedabad. And there, this 19 or 20-year-old student, literally student, presented a product which was related to security of your mobile phone. In fact, within 3 seconds, he called one of the VC, and within 3 seconds, he started reading the messages on his mobile phone there. Just he wanted his number. If he got his number, within 3 seconds, he could actually hack his mobile phone. And literally, you can imagine the kind of shivering that underwent that everybody had to face, that he could really read everything, every mail on his mobile phone. And this was the guy in the evening I met at the airport, and I actually asked him to come to sign the next. And literally next day, Ahmedabad, he changed his plan. He bought a ticket. He came to IIT Bombay and signed. We incubated him from 3 years, and right now he's one of the biggest products cyber security maker in India, and in all our ministerial level and Niti Aayog and all these sectors and all over the world. Literally now they are international company right now. So this is very big. Similarly, we got a wastewater. I will not go into the details of that. Care Mother is a medical healthcare who has got a reach all over the world right now. So I will say that various example, but importantly, the decision I took as a mentor is to take healthcare company to US in 2016. One of the biggest advantages that IIT Bombay has is a alumni network, and these alumni are desperate, literally, to help us. This is a very good relationship that IIT Bombay, has with. I'm also an alumnus of IIT Bombay. The fact that somebody becomes, some office bearer is an alum of IIT Bombay, I don't have to really, worry about his or her background anymore at all. The fact that he or she is an alum, and that's why there was an alumni meeting in the US where I could take startups. And all these startups joined me, and I could do all that exercise here, that I selected some 10 startups to be taken to US for pitch, for investment purposes, because I believe that the technology that they had is not only limited to India, but it's for world over. And Lucidius was one of them that time, I remember that. And this decision, and everybody was actually putting some money. We gave some help from our side, and we took actually these 10 companies to the US where they could pitch in front of our alumni there. And many of our alumni were investors. And they were so delighted that they could never see such a tech company in the US. Very happy, and in fact, out of 10, at least 3 of them got huge investments down there. 2 of them didn't want. Sedimac, for example, right now a very big company in Pune, they didn't want investment. He said, I came to see these people because I want to network with them. That's it. So this is what I believe that the mentor or a team of mentors can do for the startups. I believe that I could actually bring in a lot of banks here. Because of the fintech company as a mentors, we could actually invite bank sector people, and 30 bankers came to IIT Bombay. And similarly, the incubator that you have, you can actually call all the bankers down there to introduce them to startup, because bankers are right now desperate to fund somebody. They had a problem right now. They had a problem earlier, but the change situation of COVID now, and it is the mentor or a group of a mentor actually can make such decision that what is good in today's context, and call bankers, call industry people, present these startups, and out of 10 events, one event will click. Nothing will click more than that, but at least these 10 events have to be done basically. So it's very important to arrange the exposure of your startup company to present it to the right person. And as I said, if you present it 10 times, only one of them will click. So I believe this is what I wanted to talk to you about. The role that mentor plays is phenomenal. It can sometimes be make or break also, but the interaction that you have, or the network that you can actually bring, and the kind of experience and expertise that you have, can actually make a lot of things for the startup. They are good with their hand, they're good with the minds, but of course they're not exposed to the tricks of the trade that they have to face down the line. So it is the mentors that play a very important role. But my always advice or request will be not to micromanage, and not to see them as a source of some benefits for yourself. And the third thing is, I'll say, investing in a company as a mentor, the role that you play get very, very now great. Are you a mentor or are you an investor? This is something I've seen from very close. And then instead of 10 mentors, 10 company I was mentoring, I've seen that he or she has interest in only two of them, because in the two companies that he or she had actually done the investment, and therefore 8 of them actually feel threatened. And naturally, my attention would be at only these two companies and not those 8 companies who are supposed to mentor. So the importance of mentor in the startup world is tremendous, but with few tricks and with few attentions. I think, Uday, I could bring out some of my experience point in this
Oh,
case.
this is so amazing, sir. Thank you so much. This is really wonderful to listen, and I'm sure a lot of our startups would have learned how to choose the right mentor as well through this. That was the whole idea, and also our incubator as well. We would work on a couple of suggestions that you spoke about, of giving connects, creating certain events wherein we can give exposure to specific set of people, including banks. I think that's also very important. Uh, Maybe because in the interest of the time, but we would love to kind of have at least 3 questions. I can see one in the chat window that I have, that is through Samirji. So maybe Samirji, you could ask, and then another 2 questions from 2 startups. One will take it up from our partner, one from the mentees, and the other one from the mentor, if at all, if it's there. So maybe we can address 3 questions in next 5 minutes.
Quick question, Dr. Atreji. Fantastic, so much to learn from your lecture. I've been in US and came back to serve the country. But your one of the comments was that, let's say that it cannot be a formal arrangement between a mentor and a mentee. And the mentor gives the best of the insights to the mentee, and they become a very large corporation, maybe after 10 to 15 years. What you said is that normally these people would remember it, and they take care of the mentor.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things we noticed is that the startups, and I'm talking to the startups listening also, please don't do this, but the startups don't have a intention to reach the global scale. They want to make their company large and sell it off. That's one of the wrong things that we notice in the mentality of youngsters. And so my question is, neki kar aur darya mein dal, ye jo ho gaya hai society mein, who's to blame? Mentorship problem with mentees and children, and people not coming back to their gurus. Uske bare mein, what is your insight?
This is the
and some guidance on startup.
This is the insecurity. This is the insecurity in our world right now. That अगर आज मुझे पैसा मिला तो आज ले लो. I should not wait for tomorrow right now. But yes, what you said is exactly correct. And I've seen that they're happy at 20 crore, 25 crores, or maybe 5 or 10 crores, but they never want to go 100 crores and 100 and 250 crores, whatever. They're actually afraid of merging with somebody. They're actually afraid of getting big investment many times. Big investment will call for a bigger team and how to manage those things and all those things. Yes, that is not So this is where the role models there. This is where some companies which have really made big is the thing. So they will believe in only when people like Atomberg, for example, Uday, you know this. If they start talking to the small company and they're I mean, Sunil Meena was not a also he was for example, bringing them to these kids actually, talking about their experiences, and he actually will talk about the failure that he faced throughout for the first 4 years. That he started thinking about getting a job in TCS to get actually both ends meet, and that time he actually came up with this fan idea and went up like anything. So this is we can't force people. Why people are still going for engineering medicine is basically insecurity that they feel as a job for other commerce or art sector. But commerce and art
MEP.
sector can have essentially lot in store for them. But is the insecurity that they drive that आज पैसा मिल रहा है तो आज ले लो, tomorrow we don't know what kind of COVID
ऐसा
through
ऐसा नहीं
COVID
करना चाहिए, लेकिन NEP
not
will
at all.
address this ना, Dr. Atre. NEP
Dream,
is the thing for
absolutely.
us.
Yeah, true.
Sir, rather we are getting a lot of good sort of feedback from our mentees as well, the startups that are here, and your session has really opened up in a way that how mentees now should look at mentors, because it's both the ways, and that is what I believe it's very important. The pointers that you gave was more with regards to mentors. But again, the startups have got a lot of questions. So we have Rajanji as a part of our second cohort. He has a question. Maybe Rajanji, if you can just kind of
Thank you, Udayji, and a fantastic session, Professor Atre. It was, a real eye-opener. My question to you is, can we have multiple mentors for various domains? For an example, like, can we have a mentor for technology, a separate mentor for maybe finance, and so on and so forth? Thank you.
Yeah, you can, in principle, you can have, but you're a small company of, let's say, 4 or 5 people, and 4 or 5 opinions can be diagonally opposite sometimes. It's completely left to you to decide what opinions to be taken further. Then, do you have maturity of that kind? Because every mentor can think in different way. A technology mentor may say that you should not get invested right now, for example, because there's a lot to do here. But the investment person will say that investments are available, somebody is looking at you, and do get invested right now. Now, these are opposing pools for you, basically. And can you take a decision? Ultimately, you are the decision maker. The mentors are not going to impose upon you that you should take this decision. So you may have a diverse opinion, but you should be able to take full decision. I will not say 4 or 5, but I'll say 1 or 2 could be. One is a technology, other could be business. So I will say only these 2 for an entrepreneur to begin with. The technological inputs are completely with respect to product, and the business input can actually be with respect to market, client, and investment from point of view. But 3, 4, 5 become too much for you to handle. Only 2, minimum 2 for a group of 5 or 10 people as a tech company, and as a business could be do sufficient good for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. The last question, I believe, from Ketki. Ketki ji, maybe you could ask.
Yes. Hi. Thank you, Udayji. My question to Professor Atre is, how much should founders rush to secure a mentor early on? When you have 2 to 3 options, should you just try to take a decision or put everything on hold because you don't know exactly, like, what is there a time thing to deciding how to have a mentor?
So see, time thing, I'll say that the first 2 years are critical. In the first 2 years, you will actually fail or you'll survive. That's what decision maker is. A failed entrepreneur actually can come with a better idea, but then the failed entrepreneur also feel that I should have known at that time that I should have taken such a decision. This is always a thing that I did something wrong at that point in time, and this is what a place from a small town girl or a boy actually says, that we don't have mentors available over here. They are mostly in Mumbai or Pune, for example, because that is the place where a lot of concentration is happening.
Yeah.
But yes, earlier the better. As I say, early failure is the better learning also. But if you get mentor as early as possible, that's the best thing that can happen. With you also is in Indian context, your families are also involved, right? And if you got good qualification, and most of the tech people are engineering by profession or something like that, you are actually given up your jobs and have taken entrepreneurial venture by choice. So it's always, and going without salaries for 2 years or 3 years is not good for your health. At the same time, not for your family member to see that, after such an education, you're doing something.
Yeah.
They're okay in 2 or 3 years time, but after that it will be a problem. So yes, as early as possible, I'll always say that thing. But a right mentor is important, not any mentor. Right mentor is the important thing.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.